All right, happy Friday night, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get a couple of folks hanging out with us this evening. I know this time of year, we try to do as many shows as we can. I know Friday nights are kind of squirrely for everybody, but hey, we're gonna make it work. It's gonna be good. So if you're out there tonight, want to talk a little tech baseball, want to talk a little football, want to talk a little anything else, and including the most Texan thing you've done this week, this is the time to jump in. And we do have a huge development in college football today with the Wisconsin suing Miami over tampering. There will be lawyers. So get on the United Supermarkets chat line. United Supermarkets, the official supermarket of Raiderland. They put their name on stuff at Texas Tech, including this broadcast. There's another one in town, store, takes your money, sends it downstate. You know what I'm talking about. Also brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com. Get the app, huge savings. Tonight, you can pick it up, carry it out. You can have it delivered. They still do that, by the way. And I have been told that you can still actually call the pizza place. This sounds crazy. You can call them, tell them what you want, and they will bring it to your house. We're going to have to investigate this. Jeff Fagan's guided fly fishing out of Red River, New Mexico. Please, if you've never gone fly fishing, if you've never been on a guided fly fishing deal, you want to learn, call Jeff this summer. Get in. It's so fun. It's so cool. And whether you've done it before or not, and even if you're an expert fly fisherman, if you are, that's an even better reason to call Jeff Fagan out of Red River and get with him because he can put you on some water that not many people can get you on. So check it out. All right, 3, 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day there every day. Raiderland hot links, cool stuff from around the internet. We figure if we like it, you're going to like it. It's Friday. Every Friday, you tell us the most Texan thing you have done this week. Today, we got a little baseball. Texas Tech, according to reports, I don't know if it was first by Kendall Rogers and D1Baseball.com, but Steve Foster, former longtime pitching coach for the Colorado Rockies, their director of pitching development, coming in to be the new pitching coach for Texas Tech. He's a Texas guy, by the way, out of DeSoto, a couple of years older than Tim Tadlock, Tim Dennison guy. So I kind of wonder, there might have been some crossover and knowledge there. He did, talking about Foster, the pitching coach for the Rockies, coach Chad Bettis after when Bettis came back from his health issues and pitched for the Rockies. So you've got your pitching coach. He's got skins on the wall, to be sure, and you've just hired a Major League Baseball pitching coach as your guy. So we've got that. We have a lot of, where do you want to go tonight? What's on your mind? I want Fridays to become your show. And we might take some Fridays off here and there. It is, summer. But where do you want to go? And I will ask again tonight. We're all on Coastal Carolina, right? This weekend against LSU College World Series. We're all rooting for Coastal Carolina, right? Okay. That's good. Now that we got that cleared up. James giving us thumbs up. He gets us going on the comments tonight on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, that's great. You can watch us live on Facebook Live on our page for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. 17 away from 500. You guys are awesome. And when we get to 500, that's like a big algorithm kick. It'll be really cool. So if you watch us on Facebook or Twitter X, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter X, you can still go to the YouTube channel, like it, subscribe, and do it. All right, so James with the question. My concern is it's the Rockies organization. I will posit this. And Steve Foster was there from 15 to 21 as the pitching coach. Moved into an overall pitching development within the organization. What do you think is the hardest job in Major League Baseball when it comes to being a pitching coach? Which team do you think is the hardest team to be the pitching coach of? And to last that long, what does it say about Steve Foster? And I'm doing all I can not to reference a line from the movie Tombstone. If you know, you know, you get it. Actually, to me, that's really impressive. So the Rockies, going back to 91, 92, I'm trying to remember the year they debuted in Major League Baseball. First playing at Mile High Stadium, by the way, for a year, maybe 2 years, a year before Coors Field opened up. What's the hardest pitching coach job in Major League Baseball? It's Colorado. Colorado's been to the playoffs 5 times in their history, 2 of those occurring under the watch and during the tenure of Steve Foster. You know, that gets my attention. And I can pull up the stats, but the stats are almost meaningless when it comes to Colorado. But that he could survive in that environment that long, and highly thought of, by the way. Oh, by the way, he's also a former youth minister, going back after he got out of baseball the first time. He played Major League Baseball for the Cincinnati Reds for a couple of years, had an arm injury, which is really weird. And when he gets to Tech, I want to ask him, did you really hurt your arm throwing at milk cans on the Jay Leno show in 1994? If that truly happened, we have something to talk about. But that tells me that this guy is more than prepared to come to Lubbock, Texas, and help pitchers deal psychologically with the winds of Texas Tech, which the best coach ever to do that, in my opinion, was Frank Anderson. And Matt Gardner did a good job with it as well. And you got to have dudes, you got to have pitchers. But Frank Anderson refused to allow Texas Tech pitchers in the mid to late 90s to accept the notion that the wind was going to hurt them. He forced them to attack hitters and not give in to the idea that the wind's blowing whatever. And I think Matt Gardner did a very good job with that. In fact, I think Matt Gardner did a great job at Tech. I don't think it's been the coaching, by the way, over the last few years. I think it's been the dudes. And if Stephen pitching coach Foster, is going to have success, he's going to have dudes. Tech had dudes the last few years. And I don't think that had really that much to do with Matt Gardner, but we all understand the game. We all understand when you don't make the NCAA tournament for a couple of years, somebody's got to go. He goes. He's now the pitching coach at Houston. Houston, by the way, I think they've decided they're tired of sucking in college baseball the way they have for a while. They're spending some money. Pay attention to them right now. Alan, Coors Field plays like they use aluminum bats. Yes. And Coors Field may be one of the most beautiful places to ever watch a baseball game from. So you get Foster in as your pitching coach. You got a 26 commit today, Daxton Hammett. Don't know that much about him, quite honestly. Saw it on social media today. Quick look. Okay, 26 guy, call me. And that's kind of the way I am right now on all high school recruits for all sports in college. Call me in a couple of years. The death of high school recruiting at schools like Texas Tech, major football, basketball, baseball, softball playing schools, you're not going to be getting fewer and fewer high school players. And in fact, if you have a program where a high school player can come in and make an immediate impact, either the player is like all world and is going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame, or your team sucks. I don't want high school guys. I want dudes coming in that have played a while. It kind of gives you the Micah Hudson story in just about yay long. There you go, Micah Hudson. By the way, today we were thinking about doing hype hysteria, but we're going to do it next week. And that regards Texas Tech football. And over the long summer weeks and months, the player that will get too much hype and hysteria, and the player that will not get hype and hysteria that will make an impact. Not today. We're going to say that for next week because we do have Tech baseball. Softball continues to get players. Good grief. 1 year. Have you ever seen a change in a program in 1 year that we've seen at Texas Tech? with Jerry Glasgow being hired a year ago yesterday. Meanwhile, Jeff, he's on the YouTube. And if you're not on the YouTube, you should be. And if you're on the YouTube, you can get the Domino's pizza at Domino's.com. Stuffed crust. They just unveiled it about a month or so ago. Never had it before. It's pretty good. I'm still a thin crust guy. Happy summer solstice. What is this, the vernal equinox? Softball signed the CUSA Player of the Year. Out of New Mexico State, pitcher-hitter combo, about a 3.54 ERA, and like 20 bombs, 14 bombs, something like that. Texas Tech softball today on paper, I don't know, 5 times, 10 times better than they were 3 weeks ago. They've added over 100 home runs coming in. Oh, yeah, okay. We don't have power. Oh, we'll go get some power. Yeah. Oh, you don't have any pitchers other than Nigeria Kennedy. Oh, you go get 3 that are really good. And we got a long time between now and softball season. And I just hate the idea of saying, Omaha or bust in baseball, Oklahoma City or bust in softball, because it's really freaking hard to do it. And that's one of the things that Tech baseball fans and the newcomers from 2014 on, they didn't understand. They were stupid. They're dumb. They thought you just do this all the time. I get it. I understand it. It's human nature. All the new Tech softball fans, I hope they realize how freaking hard it is to do what Tech did this year, let alone come back next year and say, oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to play for the national championship. Look at all these transfers. Look at all this stuff. And it doesn't work that way. It's really, really hard to do it. But fans being what they are will be total jackasses, I'm sure, next year. No doubt about it. James Foster goes from mile-high elevation at Coors Field to half-mile-high at the Law. A little over half-mile-high. 3,100, 3,000, whatever. I don't know the exact elevation of Danlaw Field, but it's northern enough on the county that it ought to be right around, 30, 31, somewhere in through there. I don't know what he's talking about. Talking about spam folder. What a handle right there. Spam folder. Money, yes. If you ain't got it, get some. It comes in handy. And if you want to win in college sports today and you ain't got none, you're not going to win. So you better have some money. And spend it wisely, by the way. Lance, softball facilities are nicer than baseball. Softball facilities nicer than baseball. No, Rocky Johnson still, it needs a pavilion. It needs some shade. The overall facility is not bad at all. I think you will see a building effort in the next year or so that will take it up. And it's going to be hard to get to some SEC levels and everything else there at Rocky Johnson, but they can do some amenities. Money for playas. Oh, the little bitty lakes, the Buffalo Wallers. Yeah, the Playa Lakes. You got to get money to the Playa Lakes or you're not going to be able to compete because you got to have the lakes got to look good. Beaches and everything, get the players in. I agree with spam folder right there. You got to have money for playas. Yeah, totally. 100%. Baseball new pitching coach, former Rockies pitching coach, Stephen freaking Foster coming in. DeSoto product out of high school, pitched for the Reds, the Rob Dibble days of the Reds in the early 90s. Good teams, 92, 93. The fascinating thing on his bio, you look at his history, and we, had to do a quick history today. So the dude gets out of organized baseball, and he's up in Wisconsin. He's like, I think I'm going to be a youth minister. How awesome is that? And he does that for a while, and then he gets back in. I Florida Marlins, does that, ends up with the Rockies, and then you're a major league pitching coach. Do you know how hard it is to hold on to your job as a pitching coach for more than like 5 years, particularly in Colorado? I'm really intrigued, and we haven't heard yet. And Texas Tech, by the way, has not released this. I'm going to give, again, D1baseball.com credit, multiple media sources, but I think Kendall Rogers said it first. Yeah, do you know how hard it is to do that? But I'm fascinated to hear, and I know there's going to be some sort of connection, I assume, over the years between Tadlock and Fowler. And part of it could be they were both Metroplex guys. Fowler just a couple years older than Tadlock. But Metroplex guys. Fowler, a scout for a little while. And scouts know everybody. And that may be it right there. That they might have had a relationship with Fowler being out of the Texas area, with Grayson and everything else, with Tadlock, that might have been like their first contact and everything else. And Fowler, former Major League Baseball player, but working as a scout, not making crap. And Tadlock not making crap. Maybe they went fishing together. I don't know. Speaking of crap, Crappie, would you upgrade tennis and softball facilities at the same time being in the same spot? Ain't my money. I mean, yeah, if we're doing it, sure. Yeah, make them all better. Again, not my money. Joseph, does baseball have a deep pockets donor? I think there's not a singular former baseball player or anything out there like Sellers' family with softball, like, Campbell and Sellers on the football side. There's nobody singular like that. Do they have enough money to do what they need to do in the college baseball realm on NIL? I have been told, yes, they do. Tim Tadlock said as much to Don Williams this past spring in talking about NIL that, hey, that money, not a problem. So then it becomes expenditure, identification, and getting guys in. But when we look at some of the other sports and go, all right, who's that guy? There is no baseball guy that's out there like that with the other sports that played or otherwise. Hi there, Josh Bard. Now, you may get that in a few years as Davis Martin hangs around, Hunter Dobbins hangs around, Josh Young, Jace Young, Parker Mashinsky. That is, some of these guys over the last 10 years, the College World Series era guys in Major League Baseball make a little bank, and they'll have a little money to expend. But I mean, they're none of those guys have $100 million. All right, none of those guys have that money. Patrick Mahomes doesn't even have that kind of money. Not Sellers and Womble and Campbell money. So when you ask that question, and it's a very good question, it's going to be a group effort, not a singular guy. Larry's on YouTube. That's a social media platform and certainly not drugs, we hope. I feel Tech's pitching could improve as Foster has plenty of experience, maybe exactly what is needed to get just a little more out of Tech's pitchers. If so, a much better season can be had. And Larry, I agree with you. He's seasoned. He's salty. He's got experience. Matt Gardner was seasoned, salty, had experience. I don't think any of your failings on the mound and really maybe even on the field the last couple of years had anything to do with coaching in baseball. Now, somebody was getting fired. You missed the tournament a couple of years. Somebody's getting fired. Pitching coach. There you go. It's the dudes on the mound, at short and second, behind the plate, and at the plate. That's the major change for Texas Tech. Hyatt, you're just sticking up for Matt Gardner. Yeah, I am. He's got skins on the wall, 100%. If the Lakers are worth $10 billion, what are the Cowboys and Yankees worth? So the Lakers get sold. Jerry Buss's family, Jeannie Buss, they finally unload the Lakers for a little over $10 billion. $67.5 million purchase, by the way, in 1978. when they got the Lakers. Not a bad return on the investment. However, had they invested $67 million in the stock market, index fund, 1978, left it alone to today, they would have made more money. They would have made more money in the market than doing it. So what are the Cowboys and the Yankees worth? The Cowboys are worth a lot more. The Lakers don't even own their arena. The Cowboys own Jerry World. Yankees, I don't know the ownership of the stadium there with the new Yankee Stadium, not the new Yankee Stadium, but the new Yankee Stadium. So I would say conservatively, if the Cowboys hit the market, probably just shy of $20 billion, and maybe more than that. Somebody might be able to help me out. What is the latest valuation of Manchester United and the top soccer teams that they have gone to market on? Larry, of course, that uptick is fully dependent upon better hitting, time to hope and pray for more. Dude, hope and pray for peace. Baseball will take care of itself. You made it. I didn't want to, but I'm here. Lance says, James Pittman, they are great facilities, maybe need some shade. Shade good. Agreed, just had to ask. The Yankees ain't worth a spittoon. Ain't worth a spittoon. It's happens. You guys can get in, by the way, tonight. Every Friday, the most Texan thing you have done this week. My beloved cousin, she posted earlier today, running out to move your car frantically into the garage to avoid a hailstorm that lasted exactly like 8 seconds. That was me 2 weeks ago. You should have seen me sprinting off the porch, down our little road, got in the vehicle, put it in the trees. It was awesome. Dodging hailstones all the way back to the porch. And then as soon as I got to the porch, 38 seconds of hail stopped. Most Texan thing you have done this week. I'm actually got water out right now, and the wind's kind of blowing like hell a little bit here in West Texas tonight. Got to put some water out. Sorry, it's inefficient, but we got to do it. Got to do it. Joseph, in order baseball to get to College World Series, the phenoms need to start phenomenating. If I could, I cannot argue with that, and I'm not sure I really could. Most Texan thing, my daughter got registered at Hale State. Let's go, Mississippi State. I'm mailing her quality salsa starting in the fall. My brother, for those who don't know, my younger brother, a proud graduate of Mississippi State University. There you go. Snow's barbecue, most Texan thing. Where's that? Tell me more. I want to know more about the Snow's barbecue. Talk to me. Speak to me about the barbecue. I didn't have any barbecue this week, but I did have a hot dog for breakfast once this week. Think about it. Again, I wrote about this on our Sunday column a few weeks ago. Saturday, I can't remember which. A hot dog is sort of like a kolache, and we love kolaches for breakfast, right? You stick a little bitty hot dog, sausage, in a little bitty piece of bun. You put mustard on it. What is a hot dog? It's a kolache that's just opened up. You can put even more goodness in it if you want to. It's good. Lexington, Miss Tootsie's is legendary. Lexington, not Livingston, but Livingston's gone to Texas. Anyways, sorry. Couple more minutes left. Next week, file this away. The off-season hype story that you're not going to buy into for Tech football. the off-season story that nobody's talking about that you're buying into for Tech football. I'm thinking individual players, all right? Position groups or individual players, but it could be something completely different. So file that away for next week. We have not really gotten into the lawsuit today that Wisconsin filed against Miami. Wisconsin football, with the backing of the Big Ten, filing a lawsuit today against Miami football. And this has to do with tampering with a football transfer. Dan Murphy, ESPN. Wisconsin files a lawsuit Friday claiming Miami football team broke the law by tampering with a Badgers player. First of its kind legal attempt to enforce the terms of a financial contract between a football player and his school. The lawsuit refers to the athlete in question as student athlete A, but details from the complaint line up with the offseason transfer of freshman defensive back Xavier Lucas. He left Wisconsin and enrolled in Miami in January after saying the Badgers staff refused to enter his name in the portal last December. In the complaint filed today, Wisconsin claims that a Miami staff member and a prominent alumnus met with Lucas and his family at a relative's home in Florida, offered him money to transfer shortly after Lucas signed a 2-year contract last December. The lawsuit states that Miami committed tortious, not like turtle, tortious interference by knowingly compelling a player to break the terms of his deal with the Badgers. The school said in a statement provided to ESPN on Friday, while we reluctantly bring this case, we stand by our position that respecting and enforcing contractual obligations is essential to maintaining a level playing field. According to the complaint, Wisconsin decided to file suit in hopes that during this watershed time of college athletics, this case will advance the overall integrity of the game. Integrity of the game. Yeah, go lick rocks. By holding programs legally accountable when they wrongfully interfere with contractual commitments. So, yeah, get ready for more of that. And that actually is how the transfer portal is going to change. That the NCAA won't have to put in, like, the old, you got to lay out a year or anything else. Schools are going to put in their own terms that if you sign a deal, and remember now, all the NILs are going into the schools, theoretically, and you sign a deal, and they're going to make them 2-year deals, 1-year deals, whatever, that all of a sudden the players are going to realize, holy crap, I can't just transfer. I signed a deal. That this is the self-policing of the transfer portal that the schools could have done it a year ago, 2 years ago. They absolutely could have done it, but they didn't want to because they didn't want to be on the hook. Well, okay, the schools couldn't do it because, like the Matador Club, most of the collectives were outside the school. It was a separate entity that you would have been fighting for, that they would have not sued the school. They would have sued the Matador Club. They would have sued a business. As I understood it, there would be no law involved. I studied for the LSAT, never took it. But this is the direction now that it goes, that this is how you enforce the transfer deal. You make them sign a 2-year deal. This will be the first of many lawsuits until a CBA is formed. 100% true. Unionize the players, collective bargain agreement, create one league, 64 some odd teams, operate at the highest level, and that's the way you do it. But yeah, today is the way that hopefully other schools will see this and go, oh, wow, this is how we can kind of enforce this, isn't it? Yeah, it's contracts. But it's going to be hung up in courts for a couple of years. This is going to take, I think, 3 to 5 years to really sort out. It'll take that long before the powers that be realize the solution was right in front of us all the time. Become the NFL at the college level, even though friends and people like Robert C. on our site, I just don't like it. You don't have to like it. That's the way it's going to be. I'm taking Coastal Carolina to win the College World Series in 3 games. finals in 3 games. We'll be playing on Monday. I think they win tomorrow. I think they lose Sunday. I think Coastal wins on Monday. They're just that good. And if you can't root for an ass-kicking chicken, I don't know what your problem is, but we're all about that. We will be with you tomorrow with our Saturday column with no name. We'll be with you Sunday. 5 things we do on Sunday. And Saturday column, sports-related. Sunday, not sports-related. David Cotter, KMAC 28 sports director. What if I told you there's a story of the hurricane that the Badgers came to blame 30 for 30 on ESPN? You got a lot of downtime, seems like, coming up with stuff like that. It's impressive, though. Tampering lawsuit. You know, if I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm a softball coach, I'm looking at Wisconsin going, you know, if they did it and you really believe strongly in something, baby, why don't you file a tampering lawsuit against all these people that you said are tampering with college softball? Bring it on. Not going to happen. Going to have frozen pizza for dinner tonight. Seems legit. Oh, no, there's actually leftover fake crab and shrimp in the refrigerator. Real quick question for you foodies out there. So I've got some tortillas, I think, or at least I got some hot dog buns. I wonder if I could just sear the crab and the shrimp, because you don't want to overcook the shrimp or anything. It's peel and eat cold shrimp. It's what you get at the store, right? Season that, maybe sear it a little bit, and I've got some shredded lettuce. I know I've got some tomatoes. Do like a shrimp crab, po' boy or like tortilla type deal. Could that work? Or am I going to die if I take that fake crab and stuff and try to sear it? James, I vote for your mark for first super commissioner. You get my vote. Leftover meatloaf. Nothing wrong with that. Love meatloaf. A little bit Heinz 57 on top on that leftover. Don't know how you're going to heat it up. Yeah, like a shrimp taco, but a shrimp soft taco. I don't have any hard shells or anything, but like a shrimp taco crab soft taco thingy. Reagan jumping in. Pulled pork leftovers. Nothing wrong with that. You got anything to go with it? By the way, pulled pork and coleslaw, the perfect pairing. Pulled pork, coleslaw, and then beans. I don't know what it is about pulled pork and coleslaw, but it's like, peas and carrots. They got to go together. If you don't get any slaw with that, and that's kind of a Carolina barbecue type deal, anything like that. Jan talking about the meatloaf, sweet and sour meatloaf. Don't need any sauce. Oh, Heinz 57 is welcome at any party that I'm throwing, whether it's meatloaf or a burger or French fries. Tortillas and vinegar coleslaw made it last week. Ooh, like crushed up. Okay, there we go. Brother Reagan knows what to do with that pulled pork. You got to have that slaw going. Pulled pork sandwich with an onion ring on top. Yeah, and by the way, James, with your daughter going down there to Stark Vegas, you're going to get into some barbecue. That Mississippi barbecue is a whole world unto its own. You're going to have stuff you don't ask questions. You're going to have stuff you're just going to be like, not sure what it is. Looks good. Put some sauce on it. Let's eat it. Oh, that's turtle? Okay. Go with it. Just go with it. Trust me. Don't ask a lot of questions, though. Some of the best fried catfish you'll ever have in your life. And then sweet tea. Woo! Mississippi sweet tea will ruin you on it. I don't even know if you like sweet tea. It's going to be good. All right, we got to get out of here. You guys are the best. Enjoyed it. If you want to do something for us, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Don't cost nothing. Get us over 500 this weekend. Geez, 17 away. I mean, we got like 7,400 people on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Another 1,600 or 1,700 on the Facebook page. And everybody else out there. Come on now. Jump over there. Subscribe. Get us over and share it and put it on social media and say, hey, go subscribe to Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland there on YouTube, and let's see what happens. It's going to be crazy, you know? See what happens when we get over 500. We will be with you tomorrow, like we said, on the Saturday column, theraiderland.com. We're going to archive this. Thanks to our great sponsors, United Supermarkets, Market Street, Jeff Fagan, Fagan's Guided Fly Fishing out of Red River, New Mexico. Give him a call this summer, man. Go treat yourself. You'll have a blast. And then Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com, where I don't know that you can get coleslaw, but if not, just get the great pizza and then add your own coleslaw. We'll see you tomorrow, theraiderland.com.